Turf Team, Professor on the Six. And this is going to be a preview of the Oakland Raiders playbook that I just recently updated. Now, we came out with this playbook at the beginning of the year, and it was all about run heavy, right? You could run stretch, the Oakland tour. And that's still very, very, very popular. There's some really good players that still run that. Mr. Football was going 25-0 routinely in weekend leagues by just literally running the stretch. But Oakland Raiders playbook has so much more to offer. The tight and trips tight end combo is I think incredible. And then you can also audible to audible to dagger, or also the jet touch pass as well if they're in 3-4 odd trying to blitz everybody. Everybody's compressed and pinched to that line. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the Oakland Raiders playbook. It's probably the best passing playbook as well as the best running playbook. Overall, it's just the best playbook this year. So I'm revamping the playbook. I'm updating it with all new setups. Once again, MaddenTurf.com is where you can find this at. And again, we don't just put out tips or put out an ebook and then just let it sit there and die. We are updating these books. We're updating these guides. If you're a premium member, we have premium member tips as well. So I'd suggest you go to MaddenTurf.com. I know the Madden season is winding down, coming to an end. Next year is going to be here before you know it. But you need to be able to continue to improve your game, because a lot of things are going to carry over. If towards the end, if you can be a June Goon, then one day you can be the next like Clef the God, right? A couple years ago, he was considered a June Goon, right? And he learned the game and was just stomping people at the end of the year. And what do you know? The next year and then this year, he's beating everybody from August, September. So you can take this knowledge that we're going to do. This is going to be a free preview of a play called Verts. And you can see how I take the footage from practice mode, and then also show replay of in-game footage, and how whenever things don't go like expected, as long as you have good reads and also other concepts to, if you're coming out in a cover 2 beater and they're not in cover 2, they fool you. You have to have other ways to dissect and to beat the defense. So with the in-game footage, I think does a great job of showing you what I'm looking for, and then going through my read progressions one by one. I really think that will put this whole scheme together. So I think you're going to enjoy this tip. And if you don't want to purchase any content, support us, that's fine. I'm putting out a ton of free content. If you look in the description below, there is a Madden 20 tip playlist. I've been doing Tip Tuesdays. Every Tuesday I've been doing tips, and usually 1 or 2 other tips a week. So free to you guys. Once again, I just appreciate you watching. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I'm really trying to get there before this next Madden. So if you haven't subscribed, you're lurking, hit that subscribe. It's free, and it supports me a lot, and really encourages me to continue going down this road to hopefully making this a second career. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to it without further ado. All right, this is verticals. This is a cover 2 beater. This cover 2 beater. You need to flip this play. This play needs to be flipped, and the reason why, we'll just do a random cover 2. The reason why it needs to be flipped is because you need to motion out this slot receiver. You cannot motion them out with the formation stock. And what I mean by that is, like, look, motion hike, and you can hike that. Whereas when the formation is flipped, or not flipped, when it's normal, look, you can't even motion them to the left. There's not an arrow to motion them left. So there's no motion hiking at all. So it needs to be flipped. And I do like this to be on the wide side, meaning my 2 receivers and running back on the wide side. So it's a hash game. The ball's in the left hash, so the right hash is going to be more open. And so this is the stock setup right here. Okay? Hitch on the outside left, in route by the tight end, and a post route from the outside right. And I like to block the running back. Very standard, okay? And I motion hike. So you can see it looks like you see 2 high safeties and the two corners off the line about 5 yards, so it looks like a cover 2. So I'm going to motion a couple steps, then hike the ball. And I like to pass lead it out to the outside. I like to swerve it. And then we're going to do a little whoop, 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 right? Going into the end zone, having a good time, having a blast. But I'm going to show you the end game. How I like to really fully go through these reads, and how my opponent ended up being in a coverage I wasn't expecting, and it wasn't a cover 2. It wasn't a cover 2. Since it wasn't a cover 2, I had to go down to my other reads. Okay, so bang, if this guy went with them, then this
in route would be open, but luckily it was not. And you have to make sure you pass lead this outside like that. So as you can see, he's inside this red line by a couple yards, but he catches the ball near the sideline that far out, right? Like that's pass leading it outside. And then I swerve from the outside back to the inside, and that just allows you to avoid the safety. Now, this is regs, but in MUT, these guys are 99 speed, 99 play rec. They sometimes have lurker, universal coverage, zoned out, all this stuff. So in MUT, this throw can be a little bit harder. And so when I say you need a pass lead to the outside, it's not because in practice mode here with regular teams that you need to do it. But you need to do it in MUT, right? So just wait till he passes through. You need to go into practice mode and really try this out. This is going to get people out of cover 2 in a heartbeat. Or they're going to start paying attention and putting some outside quarters from this outside corner, and then you can attack them other ways, right? Then you can attack the flats and all sorts of stuff. But look at this. So I'm throwing the ball right when he passes there. Let's see if I threw it yet. Yep, I already threw it. I threw the ball right there. Right here, I'm throwing the ball. So you're like, yo, RC, he's on the man, but he's not. His hips are turned facing the quarterback. My guy, who I'm going to have speed there in a real game, is starting to blow by him, right? And once again, you pass lead to the outside, and look where I caught the ball. Look how close to the sideline I caught that. What that's going to allow you to do is not going to get caught by that strong safety. Okay, so let's say they fool you. They're not in the coverage that you think. They're in a cover 3, or they see that you've hit them with this before, so they're putting the outside corner in an outside quarter. Okay, so what else you got, RC? What else you got? Okay, you have the post across the middle, and gosh, block sheds, I'm losing it. Colin Farrell, like you couldn't even do that good at Clemson. All right, so you have the pattern hitch, post. I mean, in so many plays, I have a hitch and a post. A hitch and a post. Why? Because they're so good. It's the best combination in the game. Get it, be a part of your game. And the right-hand side, you have the high-low read. This time, though, it's with the wheel and an in route instead. Okay, so let's just pray that nobody does anything. And they didn't. Except Tom Brady. Bullet pass accurate. Good job. Let's go to the replay because the replay is not going to lie that the reads are solid. Okay? So let's just say all this on the right side was taken away. Then you're going to read this left side. Once again, the hitch. Look at it. It's taken away 2 defenders. 2. All right? So then that leaves the post route wide open. Now, in games, people are going to adjust, and they're going to try to take away they're going to try to take away that post route. So in games, you're going to have to throw this hitch route, but in practice mode, it'll be hard to get them to make me do that. So, and now, once again, if they are blitzing you heavy, this can be a 3-man route combo. You don't need the tight end underneath. You really don't, as you're going to see. He just has to pass that cloud flat, and you can throw it. Now, I personally like the little baby in route from the tight end because it gives me another read if I read the coverage wrong or if that guy does a good job of doing his thing. But as you can see, the throw gets a little tighter. It is open because no one's underneath sucking him down, but it's still you can still do it with a 3-man route combo. You don't have to have that underneath zone. All right. So, but once again, like people are going to start trying to take away. They're going to do a good job of adjusting. So don't be afraid to hit this hitch, right? And it's a terrible pass. But even though it looks covered, my guy's going to be posted up back there. Okay. And bang, low ball that, low pass it. So the left trigger, and then whatever the icon is, a square for this one. Just left trigger and then square. So even if it looks covered, these hitches are very, very difficult to stop. Okay? It's going to be a completion every time for a nice 4 yards. That's how I like to play verticals. Let's show you in game as well. Bang, bang, turf team. I just like to say bang, bang. But here we go. This is in game. I'm going to show you. I'm breaking down after this game some different plays, and this is the vert concept. All right, so it looks like my opponent's in cover 2. You see the 2 high safeties, right? And so I'm thinking it's cover 2, so I'm doing my cover 2 beater. Now, what's great about this is that regardless if it's a cover 2 beater or not, it's still going to get open. So it's all about what you're reading at the beginning of the play. So at the beginning of this play, I'm reading, well, at first right here, as you can tell, it doesn't look like any danger here. That you don't have DBs on the line right next to the defensive ends, so it doesn't look like he's blitzing. It looks like at worst a 4-man pressure, and he has an ability on this D tackle. So I'm going to, or one of these D tackles. So I'm going to double team him, and that's all I'm going to do, right, for blocking. And so the concept here is very easy. I'm reading right here. Bang! Is this guy hanging down? Does it look like he's in a flat? And it looks like he's in a flat, right? So I'm like, okay. So I need to make sure that this guy, whenever this guy clears, it's going to be open. But what happens as the play is going on? He put this guy in some type of outside third, or I'm not really too sure what he put this guy in, but it kind of messed up the play. So I just snapped the ball. I'm looking at this flat zone, but I'm noticing this guy's creeping, right? This dude, number 30, Brown, and so I got to veer away from this read, right? And not only that, but this flat zone is just really going deep, pretty far back, and so next up after that, what you have to read is this underneath route. You don't have to put this underneath route to beat this cover 2, but I do like to have this little baby in route because I think it does a very good job of if they are playing very deep and back, and it doesn't look like the dude's going to bite down quick enough to make that read, because you can't throw this super late down the field because the deep half on the right will be able to catch up. And I hope you understand what I'm saying by this. The read is really quick, real easy. Let's just go back over it. I motion hike this guy. Bang! I'm going to read this flat zone right here. All right, it looks like a flat, but it's starting to drift back. So I'm getting a little iffy on this read, but then I see this guy right here shooting there to the right. It doesn't matter what zone he is in. All you got to know is I have to move on to my next read. So my next read is going to be I can either hit this drag or this little baby in route, but it looks like he was using this guy right here. So I'm moving on to my next read. If he wasn't using this guy, if he cleared this little hook zone, it's gonna be open right here in the flat for a nice 5 to 10 yard gain. But at this point, I throw the ball right here, right? So I already made my read. I already moved on from this read right here. This read was moved on, and now I'm doing my high-low read right here. And this hitch, just look at what this hitch does. Look at everything this hitch does. It just destroys everything right here. It's just amazing. This hitch route is amazing. So lastly, bang. Post route. You can't do nothing about it. Click on as well. It's really good. Click on. I came back to the ball a yard or two, as you can see. Swerve down into the end. Bang. No abilities. Doesn't matter.